इतना सफर है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत है पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क है। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा है। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया, 20 years of ideas.
Thank you so much, Dheeraj, for the lovely motivational video. We at Franchise India welcome all of you to the 46th webinar series of Business Opportunity of a Child. Yes, every day we are creating difference in market. Franchise India always tries to give all the potential business buyers the right kind of the brand for them. 22 odd years where we are trying to provide platform through which brands can interact with our potential business buyers and our investors can take the right selection of brands for us. Today, we are welcoming in our panel, we have Gaurav Maria, who's a chairman, Franchiseindia Group, is an author, is an entrepreneur. And we have Sonia Chaudhary, she's the MD at Franchiseindia Brands Limited, director at Remax. And this particular webinar is hosted by both of them. We also welcome Ms. Venus, she's a CEO at Frank Global, as in our panel today. The brand of the day today is DJ Chicken, brand from Dubai, known for its charcoal grilled chicken. And today, we talk about what kind of a vision they carry, what is the concept, and what kind of the value they are creating in market. We'll definitely talk about their existing presence, the franchisee model, and franchising and financial structure they are giving in market. With this introduction, I formally welcome the young group, the young team of JJ Chicken. We have privilege that we have Saeed, who is a general manager at Elmed Retail Group. We have Manuel, is a director marketing, and we have Mohammed in our brand panelist, director food and beverage. With this introduction, I welcome the entire team to take us through the journey of JJ Chicken. Thank you so much for sparing time today for all our audience. Over to you, team. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting and I'm gonna be introducing to you JJ Chicken and why JJ Chicken is a good option for you to take in India. First of all, our vision is very simple. So besides making you all feel hungry, our vision is to be well known for serving the best authentic flavored charcoal grilled and 100% hormone-free chicken using the simplest produce for a dining experience that's casual and as well accessible. And by accessible, definitely we mean because we want to be expanding everywhere and we want to be reachable everywhere, as well as our food to be affordable for everyone. So next slide, please. Okay, so I'm gonna be talking about the concept in brief. What we do as JJ Chicken is that we serve charcoal grilled chicken meals that cater for balanced diet, because charcoal definitely is a healthy option. It's definitely better than fried food. So we offer balanced diet in a quick serve environment, and we are the only QSR of authentic charcoal grilled chicken that we offer, and we offer a unique taste, because the charcoal grilled chicken has a very unique taste that is irreplaceable. So we offer this taste in all our sandwiches, our platters, and all our meals. So our meals are affordable yet healthy. They are quickly served. However, they are freshly prepared, which is a very important point. So everything is done directly and is freshly prepared in the kitchen, while offering definitely a good value for money. So we have healthy ingredients, have the know-how to bring these healthy ingredients and also support them to very tasty meals. So it's not only healthy, it's tasty as well. So we can also say that the chicken, our chicken is also freshly marinated on a daily basis, and it is charcoal grilled upon order. All our sauces are freshly homemade and they have zero preservatives. To note also that JJ Chicken has a very simple and way to operate, because since we have chicken as the main ingredient in our items, it's much easier than other concepts to operate and to work with. Currently, JJ Chicken has been in the market for 10 years. We have currently 11 shops in the UAE. We have one food truck, and we're going to talk about it later on. And we are expanding internationally, mainly in India, KSA, and London. Currently, the typical size of JJ Chicken outlets is between 50 square meters and 100 square meters, depending on the locations and the conditions of the location. We serve all types of customers, from low, middle, and to high-class customers. And this is due to our high-quality food and affordability at the same time. Next slide, please. Okay, so what's JJ Chicken? What does it mean? So in Arabic, JJ is the short for JJ, which means chicken. So JJ Chicken means chicken. And as you can see in the logo, we have different types of logo, definitely one in white and one in black. And you can see that the JJ is in a square that has a beak and the crest of the chicken. So it represents the chicken itself as well. And it can be used differently depending on the material we're using it on or on social media. Next slide, please. And before we go deeper into the brand itself, also important to note that JJ Chicken is part of a very big group, which is Al Retail Group, that has multiple brands and is a very prestigious and dynamic investor and operator in the Middle East. It was established in 2015 by Mr. Ahmad Zabri, who is already invested in several other companies as well. We specialize in multiple sectors, and we work locally and internationally. Our portfolio is focusing mainly on F&B. We are also focused and expert in brand building. So we take several brands and we grow them, and we make sure that we deliver also custom-made practices to specific target and specific sectors. So we help other companies also grow using our knowledge. Finally, we aim to provide the support that will enable today's ambitious young entrepreneurs and companies to become tomorrow's success stories. Next, please. So why JJ Chicken? First of all, as we said before, we have the charcoal grilled chicken. All our dishes are cooked over charcoal, which gives the chicken a very irresistible taste of grilling, tenderness, and juiciness, which is unique only to charcoal grilling. We have superior and healthy chicken. We are very well known, and our motto is that we only serve JJ chicken, which is hormone-free, grain-fed, and halal. We have a fusion menu, so even though our ingredients or recipes also are based on Lebanese roots, we offer several other options on the menu that are international and we also have items that are specific to certain markets. We definitely offer good value for money, especially for the quality of ingredients that we offer. We are made to order, which is very important, which is a differentiation point for us. Yet we quickly serve our customers within a few minutes. And also, our strong point is that our food can be also served at home, which is a delivery part, and has a consistent taste and quality throughout the whole delivery process. Next slide, please. We're going to talk now about the food. As you can see in the next slide, we have several categories. We have the hot starters. Our starters are very delicious. We have several options like grilled wings, tenders, cheese rolls. So we have several options of starters. Our salads are consist of two types of salads: the Lebanese traditional ones, like the fattoush and tabbouleh, and we also have the international ones like the chicken Caesar salad and freaky salad and chicken avocado salad. Our platters are also diversified. We have many platters that cater to everyone. We have from like this one, which is called JJ Watata, which is chicken topped with potato. We have JJ Riz. We have many other platters. We're going to see them quickly in the next few slides. We have sandwiches. Our sandwiches are unique, and also they are served in Lebanese bread as well as in submarine bread. We have the shawarmas, which is a very traditional Middle Eastern sandwich. We have wraps, which are made with tortilla bread. We have several burgers on the menu. We introduced new burgers recently as well. And we have several side items like the fries and also, we're going to see now the menu outline, which is a quick view over the menu. We have around 60 items on the menu currently, 60 to 70 items. And as you can see, we have different appetizers, we have soups even, we have salads, sandwiches and wraps, shawarmas, salads, platters, charcoal grilled, which is our main and most selling item, which is the charcoal grilled chicken, whether it's a full chicken, half chicken, or quarter chicken. And we have kids meal, dessert, drinks, and sides. Our digital presence, we are very active and we are very present on many digital platforms. First of all, we have our main website, which is jjchicken.com. We are present on social media on Facebook and Instagram. We have our own ordering platform, which is order.jjchicken.com, which is a very growing platform now. We are present on many portals and aggregators, and the main ones definitely in UAE, which, for example, are the Entertainer, Deliveroo, Zomato, Karim Now, and Talabat. We have presence on Zomato, as you can see. We have our Facebook pages. We have posts that are currently always updated. As we talked before, we also have a food truck. So whenever we have an event whenever there's an event in Dubai and we have no close location to it, we send our food truck there. Our food truck is developed and equipped in a way to serve the full menu to the customers. And so we have a moving around business and many festivals and events. Now I'm going to pass the mic to my colleague, Mr. Muhammad, who's going to talk about the future and about the source of JJ.
Thank you, Emmanuel. Good day, everyone. My name is Mohammed Nuruddin. I'm the Director of Food and Beverage. I'll be taking you through the different business models we have, the brand setup, and the franchising model and support that we offer as a franchisor at JJ Chicken. Basically, like any investor, what we care about is how much we spend and what return we're making. And like any operator, we have to think smart and on how we operate smoothly any branch that we open and how we maximize on the use of being machinery, manpower, as well the target audience that will be tapping on when it comes to market segmentation. The way we have developed the brand is taking into consideration the flexibility, adaptability, scalability to allow different revenue stream that comes in, allowing every single person who operates the brand to make the best out of the revenue and turnover that we aim for. And thereby, you're going to see that our brand has opened in different business models, such as a standalone street location, a food court, mall, fast casual dining, as well the food truck and the kiosk that we offer. So we have full flexibility to adapt quickly to any opportunity that caters for business, especially with the diversified menu and the quality product that we offer in the market. If we move next now, we're gonna see the size that varies from an outlet to another. Can we move to the next slide, please? So basically here we have, we're showing you 4 different types of the outlets of JJ. The type A, which would be the biggest, we are targeting 100 to 140 square meter, yet this can be extended to even bigger if the location is found to be a flagship, very prime, and that caters for lots of dining clients with a proper presence of footfall in that location. It's still very scalable. The second type of business is limited between 75 and 100 square meter. This would be a typical QSR outlet. It offers still a dining experience on a limited space, definitely. The split needed would be ranging between, let us say, 40 to 60, 40% on a kitchen space needed, 60% on a dining space that includes the counter actually for order placing and pickup. The third type would be the small type, which is mainly the food court type, a 50 to 75 square meter. And the last type would be the food truck and the container, which has been presented and spoken about earlier, which can be flexible to mobilize in any event, any opportunity. If it's a food truck and if it's a container, usually we take these containers in a seasonal location, like a beach area where people go to for outdoor activities and so on. The requirements and the specifications from MEP perspective would vary definitely according to the size, as well according to the requirement dictated by being civil defense, municipality, or malls, as well landlord, wherever we fit out the outlet. Yet they are still very much reasonable and considerable when it comes to how much load we need, what is air conditioning should be in place, the gas supply, electrical supply, and so on, in order to maintain a very moderate MEP setup, as well a very moderate utilities spending on a later stage post opening of the outlets. Moving next. Here we're presenting for you just a snapshot of one of our locations, which is one of the very busy locations when it comes to the outdoor season in Dubai, on one of the prime public beach where everyone go to unwind, to train, and so on. This is usually a very busy outlet for us. Next. That's a QSR type. This would be type B outlet, which is, as you can see, is very limited in space between the kitchen and the dining area. And we can also tell from the number of seats that are showing in the photo. Next, please. Just a snapshot to show different backgrounds and different branding design that goes, as well the reflection in colors in our outlets, which are so appealing to the eyes, as well very much funky when it comes to the communication, speaking to different generations, speaking to different preference of clientele that will be visiting us. And here we talk about our franchising model. We offer at JJ 3 different options of franchising models. We have the individual unit, area developer, as well the territory franchise. So it depends on the assessment criteria that will be conducted with our partners in India. The selection will be taking place by matching different criteria as I've mentioned, and from the level of support, as well the level of ongoing development and follow-up, which I'm going to speak about it in next slide, is going to be equally and fairly presented to everyone. What do we offer? We offer definitely the trademark license, the license to operate for every single franchisee or whichever type of franchising we agree on. The operations manual that should be standard and uniform across all outlets, regardless of which partner business we are with. The training program that goes into different aspects from management of the business itself to the technical training needed to open and operate, as well as post-opening follow-up and training for employees to maintain the quality and assure consistency in the service and experience offered to our customers. Marketing support is...
Mohammed, your audio is not, I think you need to adjust your audio.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Much better, yes.
Perfect. The marketing support is also a part covered by my colleague, Mr. Manuel.
Again, Ahmed, again, your voice is not clear.
That's strange.
I think you need to be closer to the...
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. It might be a connection issue. Apology for that. So the marketing support is offered on a wide scope that covers, I would say, everything, and will be my colleague Manuel can elaborate more about it if any clarification is there. The ongoing support is presented by the development, constant development of our business model, of our setup, of our menu, of our product, supply chain, as well the innovation, the engineering of our menus, the ongoing training evolution that takes place, which varies from promotion to another, from menu to another, from business type to another. We go next to highlight. What in the same category that we offer from design and construction support, as a franchisor, we offer you the design guidelines of every outlet that needs to be that is planned to be in place. The unit design, equipment specification, definitely that can be selected for the location according to which business model we're talking about, and the requirements from your local municipality and civil defense. The point of sales, which is very important to have an open accessibility, as well to have a user-friendly point of sale that caters for the staff first and the client, and the result when it comes to tracking of the order, flexibility of placing the order, and the way we maximize on the speed of monitoring the whole process. We have an obligation, actually, in order to allow consistency, to review and approve every design that will be taking place. What we offer as well is the construction guidelines through our expertise and our project team here when it comes to technical fit-out related matters, especially from the trials and errors that we've passed through, having multiple locations executed by now. Then what we can do is a follow-up in order to assure that everything is going smooth and all aspects has been covered. Moving to the next slide. As I've mentioned briefly earlier, we do offer full training and grand opening support. The training is presented into what we take here in Dubai on our flagship location training for the very first opening team, presented by a management team member, in order to align, adapt to the brand DNA, as well to the taste preference and different experiences offered to the clients. Then we offer the pre-opening and grand opening operational support, as well training for the team in India by having our brand ambassador being the shadowing the opening team and offering them all technical brand related support needed. It's presented by both, actually, by the operations as well by the marketing when it comes to the opening guidelines and best practices that should be advised. As a franchisor, definitely we offer you the license to operate, and the license is very clear and detailed in order to explain the obligation on both parts and what commitment is taken in place. We do definitely work on the sourcing of the supply chain, whether being a local sourcing of the product and suppliers with the selection approval, and or overseas when it comes to the volume shipment and specific products that needs to be consistent with the required specification. The same we offer is the recipe, open recipe for all our items with the variety we offer and the way it is cooked with the proper food specification and cooking technique that goes in line with that. From marketing support, the marketing strategy definitely adaptable to every territory according to the needs and the best practices that target the right audience and allow a proper ROI. The in-store marketing artworks and materials to be displayed and presented, which goes in line with different limited time offers, promotions, campaign, and so on. The brand manual and the guidelines, the sample of social media calendar, and the periodic review of business and evaluation, as well assessment of the menu performance, as well the customer behavior when it comes to the operations and the outcome that can be optimized. From product development and innovation, we have a culinary chef that is responsible of the full development of JJ menu, the sourcing of the product, and here to highlight between brackets, in JJ, we are very proud of the quality selected, tapping on insisting that we only use hormone-free grain-fed chicken that is supplied specifically for us, marinated on our secret marination recipe, and offers unique taste, which is why it stands out in the market. The same applies on our dips and on our sauces that are unique and has high demand in the market, which we trust very much. We don't jeopardize in the quality, and we don't allow exception when it comes to the quality in alternatives. In menu engineering, we do usually have a menu engineering exercise that is ongoing. It actually gets revamped every 6 months, allowing different variety to be introduced and different correction to be done in place. And definitely it varies from location to location according to the consumer behavior, according to different scheme that we set in place in order to cover the best from our business. And when it comes to a new items introduction, our culinary chef is in a constant ongoing search to introduce new flavors that matches different taste preference, taking into consideration our customers' feedback, our trials, and the reviews that we receive and constantly look into. Moving forward, from the franchise support, we do definitely, you have access to the prime location in perspective region in order to see the setup, to adapt and familiarize with the flow of operations, in order to understand well the brand, absorb the whole experience that goes in this brand and the energy and power that is offered in place. From a capital investment required, our colleagues in the team in India will be explaining separately, depends on the criteria selection, what is required for capital and how the setup fees are distributed. From business experience, every investor interested in such opportunity should have definitely the previous business experience of minimum of 3 years of F&B industry, as it's a must to know the industry to be able to operate in such environment, or have a team of expertise that operated in such environment in order to maintain the brand standard, offer the right expectations, and generate the right revenue as well, ROI, from this investment. We definitely look for investors that have a solid foundation, understanding the legalities and fundamental skills to operate a franchise business, which is different than any homegrown business that we open as a startup. And the ability to source, to store, and distribute required franchise products. And this is self-explanatory as business experience that brief everything related to the criteria of selection. Next, please. And here we tell you thank you. Look forward to have you all with your questions and answers, which we're ready to take into consideration. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anshul, are you presenting the short?
Pardon me.
Yes, sir.
Yes. We will go through the financials now, then we go.
Yes.
Sure, sir. So, okay. So in India, so of course in UAE, a company has 4 formats, starting with which was 100 to 140 square meter to a food truck. But in India, we're looking at 2 formats to begin with. One, of course, is a food court model, about 400 square feet. And second would be what we call as a fast casual, or more prominently as a QSR format, 800 square feet model. Right. In terms of the investments, we're looking at for interior fit outs, we're looking at 2,000 rupees a square feet, which covers for flooring, ceiling, wall cladding, electric fittings, air conditioner, woodwork, and everything. Apart from that, you have kitchen equipment, some office equipment, pre-opening, and franchise fee. So overall, these 2 formats for 400 square feet food court model, we're looking at about 27 lakh rupees. And for the QSR 800 square feet, we're looking at 42 lakh rupees investment, right? Then if I can go to the revenue projections, in Dubai, the company operates at about 1,300, 1,400 rupees average bill value for 2 people. But in India, we're looking at a price of approximately 500, excluding the GST part. So 500 rupees for 2 people. And at an average 80 bills a day, we're looking at a 12 lakh rupee revenue, average 12 lakh rupees revenue monthly for year 1. And this I'm talking about this 800 square feet QSR model. So 12 lakh rupees revenue on that, which is split, 50% dine-in sales and 50% delivery and takeaway. In terms of the expenses, there's 6% royalty, 1% central marketing fee that goes. So both these percentages would go to the company. There's additional 2% local marketing spend, which is done by the unit franchisee, of course, guided by the master franchise and the company in terms of how to spend this money efficiently. We've also looked at locations, which is slightly premium locations. So we're looking at a rental of 2 lakh plus the common area management cost at about 40 rupees a square feet. So 2.5 lakh rupee monthly rentals. In terms of the team structure, so for 800 square feet, we're looking at 12 people team, which includes 1 restaurant manager, 2 cashiers. One of them could be your assistant restaurant manager as well. There's 1 senior chef, 5 sous chefs. So these 6 people would stay in the kitchen. Then we have 2 people at the counter along with 2 cashiers and 1 cleaner. So overall 12 people team at a cost of 1.8 lakh rupees monthly. Right. So, at a 12 lakh rupees average revenue in year 1, we're looking at less than 2 years ROI of an investment of close to 42 lakhs. Right. And you're looking at 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees average monthly returns, net take home of between 1.5 to 2 lakh rupees monthly. Similarly, on a food court model, the revenues, if considering 1,800 bills or 60 bills a day, which converts to about 9 lakh rupee average monthly revenue. And here again, we're looking at about 2 years break even for an investment of 27, 28 lakhs, right? If I can now go to the master franchise or an area developer model. First, let me show you how we plan to do area developer territory in India. So we're looking at these 14 territories. Of course, this is our initial understanding on the market. So Delhi, NCR, Mumbai, then Andhra and Telangana could be combined. Goa and Karnataka could be combined. Then in the north side, you're looking at Jammu, Kashmir, Punjab, Chandigarh, Haryana, Himachal Pradesh as one territory. So by clubbing these markets, we're looking at each territory with the potential of 20 to 25 units across both the formats, right? For a master franchise now or an area developer, we're looking at a 20 store commitment, with of course rights of sub franchising. So you start with doing 2 stores, one store yourself, and bring a second store in year 2. At the same time, you have the sub franchise rights, where you can bring in other investors to bring in these another 17, 18 stores in your territory. For these 20 stores exclusive right of the territory, there is a master franchise fee of 75 lakhs, right? Overall, we're looking at an investment of 1.3 crores for this area developer, which includes setting up these 2 stores, one QSR and one food court, plus 75 lakh rupees as the area developer fee, right? In terms of the ROI, we're looking at under 3 years break even for this area developer, and of course you have a contract for 10 years with you, right? So with an investment of 1.3, you're looking at a net profit of 4 crores over first 5 years, and then of course this continues to grow. Sure. If I can also talk a little bit in details in terms of the territory. So this is how we've looked at key cities under each territory. You can see Andhra and Telangana combined, markets like Hyderabad, Vizag, Vijayawada, Guntur, Warangal, Secunderabad. So such territories have a potential of doing 20 stores each in these markets. Right, sir?
Thank you, Anshul. So I'll try to summarize the entire discussion. We at Franchiseindia and Fran Global have been in touch with the brand because they are a very, very popular name in Dubai, and a lot of Indians would go there and eat out of that place. So obviously there is a lot of interest which they were receiving from people who were interested to take a franchise. So our research team at Fran Global spent a lot of time in understanding the business model, understanding why it would fit to India, and so on and so forth. And then we finally decided to bring the brand to Indian market. Also, just to give you understanding, India is one of the largest chicken markets in the world. We love chicken, and especially we love grilled chicken. That's what has been. I mean, while KFC says that India is one of the largest markets for them, and they would see among the first 3 markets in the world, and that is very clearly significance coming from that India has a very, very large marketplace for chicken. And rather than a fried chicken, India is a very large grilled chicken market. So even if you go deep south and you see even Hyderabad, you can see Chennai, you can see Kerala, you'll see almost every street, every location would have a lot of grilled chicken shops, which are very unorganized. They don't have the right equipment, they don't have right structure. So one of the areas which we clearly saw, there was a very large marketplace, and the food is very close to what Indian palate is, and rather much closer than a lot of other international brands which have come in. And one of the areas which we felt that this was a very exciting opportunity, because while they're very, very choosy, because they have very strong operation capabilities and built those capabilities over the years. It's a 10-year-old brand. And in 10 years, they have mastered almost every single product engineering. They also have worked in a market like Dubai, which is like India, where people like a lot of choices. So the menu offers everything. Menu offers not only the charcoal chicken, but it offers burgers, wraps, a lot of other finger food, platters, salads, and so on. For even kids menu is there. So it has the elaboration of a full food options, which doesn't cause fatigue. Otherwise, a lot of brands have a very big fatigue value, because you would go to a brand and maybe also it doesn't become a family destination because you don't offer everything to the entire family. So it has a big opportunity available. On the financial side, there are two models available: an area franchise model, which is you will take a cluster or an area. You will build a lot of capability. There will be centralized vendor management capability, which would be built, which means that all their chicken supplies, marination supplies, and a lot of other disposables and so on and so forth would come frankly from the company. And a lot of local supplies would be taken by the area developer and feed it to independent stores. So supply chain is a very integral part of any QSR or a casual dining concept to develop. We have to be very efficient these days in the business model, and also just to give you understanding, globally after this COVID, one of the categories which is actually making a lot of business sense is these what I call fast good food. People want to go to good food, which is healthier and much more structured, but they also want fast. They don't want to stay in these places. So this is a great opportunity. It can be delivered in a very strong hygiene manner. And that's what we saw. Even if you see what is happening in China, people are going to KFCs and going to McDonald's because they feel that they are much more hygienic and safer places to go. And that's something which the model offers. It offers 50% on deliveries because you can do direct deliveries, you can use platforms, and 50% through dining. And dining is also very quick. So you come to the outlets and you are able to turn around very, very fast. And that's a business model. Again, the opportunity it has a lot of interest coming in, but the management is very, very clear. And I'm not talking from a management viewpoint before I really start taking up questions. They're very clear that they want to have somebody who comes with a strong experience and a strong plan. Unless and until somebody has a very strong, because they're looking at India for a very long-term strategy, and unless and until somebody has a very strong plan, and that comes with your experience. And experience, if it is in food, very, very good, and especially people who have, say, a partner with Subway or some other brand where they've managed an international company and they understand that they can manage a good business, then only you fit in. Or you have somebody who's part of your team which has a strong knowledge and you can lock them in. Because food needs, while any great concept would need a very good operator also. So I give 50% marks to both. I mean, you need to have a great brand, but you need to have a champion operator who understands and delivers a great opportunity. So we are at this stage inviting only select interest for a couple of territories, especially territories which are very important for us is Bangalore, Hyderabad, Chennai, Kochi, Mumbai, Pune. These are territories which are very, very clear. We know there are top sites available. Today is the best time to get into this category because rentals are lowest. A lot of people are offering great locations. These locations you would never get again. And these locations are good to start. And the business, obviously, for a brand like this, there is no competition in the market. Nobody is doing charcoal grilled chicken in the country. They're very conventional, old school people doing it. So, and also somebody asked the question that would you still do R&D on the product? Absolutely. The entire team from Dubai would come, understand, readapt the product. If there are some changes to be done, it can be some toning of a spice mix and a couple of other things which needs to be done. They have a fantastic chefs which would work with the local chefs and teams to adapt the product. Now I'd like to invite Sonia. So Sonia, if you can give your viewpoint and take up some questions. Over to you.
Gaurav, I think before we do that, there was a video which needs to be played. Sai, sorry, you were saying something.
Yeah, just let me add one thing. Actually, we as everybody knows, is aware that UAE and Dubai specifically, we have a great Indian community that lives in Dubai. And that's why we believe that JJ Chicken has a great success, will have a great success in India because we have already a lot of our clientele that are from the Indian community that tried our products and they are very familiar with what we are offering. And that's why we believe that we're not going to a totally new market to discover it. We already discovered this market with our current clientele. So more than half of the population in Dubai is Indian. And that's why we believe our products will be very attractive and will suit and fit the Indian market. So when it comes to R&D and adaptation, already I think there is halfway is already done to cater our Indian community that is already existing in Dubai before going even to India.
Absolutely. I agree with you. And I think I have personally not come, but I think Venus was there and she tried food and she speaks very high.
That is correct. That is correct. I think it is a very, the fit is just very, I mean, from the very origin of the brand, it's a great fit and the product is great. In fact, with me, we had a couple of other people who joined me. They were Indian and they loved the product.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Sonia.
Sonia, please.
We need to play a video. Dheeraj is waiting. Yeah. Thank you for that, Dheeraj. Thank you so much, Mohammed, Sair and Manuel, for putting this very elaborate and insightful presentation, going through a lot of queries that we have. I believe a lot of these queries which people had on the rollout, on the investment profiling, supply chain, ROI, and adaptation of the business model and the food palette is something which were coming out and we have kind of addressed all of that. But just to give a perspective of whatever I have kind of observed so far, and also for our viewers, Almaid Group is a very revered operator and JJ Chicken is a part of that group. They're dynamic investors from Middle East and they have a very strong history of developing businesses which are based on partnership model. And apart from food, they also have retail and fitness as other verticals or industries they work, and very responsive, committed organization, which has been building brands for the last 40 odd years, while JJ is a 10-year-old brand. As far as grilled as a category is concerned, it is as old as cooking and very smart way of imparting the natural flavor, so to say. And I believe the success of any food and beverage venture depends critically on some of these factors, which is location. We've talked about the two offerings and the locations which are currently available, format, price points, and I think we've been very particular on the price points and the APCs that we consider in India, which is about 500 against 1300, which is in Dubai. Return on experience is another important element. And then I would say efficiency of operations. And lastly, technology, which I feel is a very new entrant and business increasing today on the online channel because there's a stronger demand. Today, consumers are interacting with all restaurants digitally to take orders, delivery, to make payments, and also rate the experience also through digital platforms. Now, the school of thought related to the business model is getting reassessed because of the asset utilization, economies of scale. And I wanted to have any one of you who want to perhaps give guidance on the investor on this, what approach they need to perhaps look at, and how long the gestation time is, because the current times, the expenses need to be linked with the revenue. So what kind of gestation time would one need? What kind of working capital would one need when they start the business in these times? Anyone out of you, Manuel or Syed, anyone, if you want
I
to.
think that question Anshul will be able to answer because they would be able to give the Dubai figures, but I guess participants here would be looking for Indian numbers. So Anshul, could you please put some light on that?
Yes, sure. I think given the circumstances, franchises need to have 3 to 6 months of working capital with them, right? And which should cover for the rental expenses and of course the staff salaries. That should be able to support the business in the early gestation period.
And I also believe, while we have taken rentals of 2 lakhs, and in these times, the rentals have been rationalized. So that will also play an important role here. Another question which I wanted to take up and has also come, while we need people from the F&B background who have some kind of experience, and most of the people that we see, we're talking about that, especially in India, people who get into food are these young entrepreneurs who generally don't come with any kind of food experience. Would that be a deterrent? Because that is one question I'm seeing. If somebody is not coming from that experience, would that be a deterrent? Second, what kind of training is imparted for day-to-day operations, and how much is the dependency of specialized staff in the format?
Hamad, please, would you...
If you can just repeat the question quickly, Sonia, if you don't mind.
Sure. But I wanted to understand one, because we did talk about F&B as a mandate for people who want to apply as a franchisee with minimum of 3 experience. And if you see historically, and I would say globally, but in India, most of the people who have taken F&B are typically these young entrepreneurs, and they don't come with any kind of food experience. So if anybody who's without that experience, would that be a deterrent, one? And second, I wanted to understand, because this business is very hands-on experience people, they need to be involved in day-to-day operations. So what kind of training is imparted to run these operations, and how much is the dependency on specialized staff?
Very good. Let me break it into different parts. The first one, do you need to have F&B experience? Should you be a practicing person in the industry? No, not a must, as we can prepare you to become an operator. That's not a big deal. All what you need is to have the passion and understanding for food taste and the quality. As well, the customer service that comes on a 50-50 ratio in order to complete the full experience, to put it this way. So any person can become an operator if they match this criteria, definitely with ongoing and constant assessment. When it comes to the training, our training is divided into different sections. You have the managerial training in order to understand how to run an F&B business, which is a must, and you have to have it. It goes in depth when it comes to the inventory, stock management, supply chain, everything, which plays major role when it comes to the expenses and the return as an investor you're putting in place, and how much you're in control of your outlet. It goes also into the back of house and the front of house, as well as the third part that we haven't mentioned yet, which is the delivery part. There are different games, to say, within the same league. The back of house is very much technically demanding part. That's why when we source out the employees, we require from them at least to have the basic know-how of a kitchen in order to be able to deal with food, which have specific food safety requirement, basic hygiene that needs to be in place. So there is a minimum that needs to be in place, and that goes into the selection of recruitment at the recruitment stage itself. The technical expertise required after the selection, this is something we can take care of. It's not rocket science. It just needs focus, consistency, and follow up with the proper supervision from day to day from whoever is running the show, being in the kitchen or in the outlet itself. So it's a simple process, not a very complicated process. Especially that our SOPs, when it comes to the kitchen preparation, food specification, explains clearly step-by-step everything. So it doesn't make it much of a difficult flow. Add to it, the setup of the kitchen is designed in a smart way that allows everything to go in a smooth sequence, which makes the operation easier, and the technical skills applicable are optimized in a way that they don't cause overlapping or confusion to the employees working inside. This is when it comes to back of house. When it comes to the front of house, definitely there is a customer service as a main requirement from sequence of service if we're serving on a dine-in, moving to the cashiering and the way things are handled on a cashiering, which is a very sensitive area in any restaurant as well in any retail outlet, and the proper synchronization of order serving between the front and the back of house. So there is a step-by-step training section specified according to every employee job role. The communication plays a major part when it comes to the selection of employees. They need to have a minimum basic criteria on the selection. So all goes back to recruitment and what we select. We don't tap on having a huge experience, because with the training as well, same like the kitchen, they can become expert within the outlet. But the basic things would be a proper commercial understanding of how to handle money and so on, a proper customer service, at least the attitude of and the charisma that allows them to talk to customers and take care of their needs, offering proper experience, and the communication, which is the key of everything we do in hospitality business. Then you have the third part that goes into the delivery. Now, lots of brands don't give it much attention of how the food is being transferred from the outlet to the client. Actually, this is where most of the mistakes happen, and this is where most of the quality-related issues can occur if it's not handled through a very well-defined process, allowing the food to stay hot, fresh, and maintain the same consistency of taste and you know, at least the package to reach properly to the client without having it dripping here and there. So the drivers are as well trained on basic communication with the client, how they're going to handle everything, because they are the last line of defense, we call it in our business. The driver is trained on a basic food hygiene and food safety. You're transferring the food in different climate and weather. You're transferring the food being exposed sometimes to accidents, to different roads and so on. And you have long distance to cover. So you need to be very well familiar of how to get it best. At the same time, the driver is very well trained of how accurate the order should be, as well how quick he should be reacting to anything that occurs. This is backed up by our front of house team, as well the management, on having the constant, one of the questions I was reading from the attendees, like how do we make sure that our customer taste is met and our customer satisfaction is fulfilled? Actually, it's through the service follow-up. It's not enough to have just the service completed. The service is only completed with the after-service follow-up, being on the table or being through a phone call, speaking to the client who received our order and assuring that they were satisfied with the package we sent to them. Every feedback is logged in when it comes to us, how we operate. Every feedback is reviewed in order to differentiate between relevant feedback and irrelevant. You know, there are different things that can occur like any business. And every feedback that is relevant to business based on a very, very solid assessment is actually taken into consideration for both actions. First, a resolution action with the client if he is unhappy about it. Second, an internal action to assure our SOPs are respected and implemented properly, and that this will not occur again for another client. If something is into a positive feedback that allows us to develop further and to innovate further, this is definitely a plus that we welcome all the time. So this answers your part on three. On the requirement of having an operator, the training that we offer. So we look into all different specifics, and in our franchise manual, actually, we've covered every single section by details, as well every single job description by detail. And it answers you on how we can assure that the customer is receiving the experience fully completed. So this, hopefully this
yes,
is
it does, Mohammed, and it was very detailed understanding that you gave. One question which I want to pick up, because people when talk about any franchisee, they also weigh other options. I have a question on how do you kind of position yourself against other competitors like KFCs and the kinds of them, and what is your competitive advantage over them?
Okay, great. We are much different than our competitors. Mainly, a lot of people by chance or by mistake, they compared us to KFC, which is something totally different. Our product line is totally different. KFC is a deep fried chicken. I would call it definitely not healthy. We have totally different taste. We are into the healthy sector part, and our product offering is totally different. Yes, it is also chicken, but it's definitely the marination, the way of cooking, the way of offering is totally different. So that's why we don't see KFC as a competitor to us. We can see Nando's as a competitor, yes, but our product lines are, yes, still different. Our prices are much lower than Nando's when you want to put value for money. So we can offer a good value product with a lesser price. So this is when it comes to competitors. When it comes to product offering and competitive advantage, as I mentioned first, we are offering the healthy food in a very affordable price under a quick service offering. So you don't have to pay much, or you don't have to go to a casual or fine dining to get this type of quality or this type of healthy food, versus the other quick service restaurants that offers like KFC, deep fried, unhealthy offering. So this is where the differentiation mainly comes.
If you allow me just to add a point to tap on Nando's in particular, which we consider from a product or cooking style perspective a competitor, a differentiator to mention, that worth to mention, is that actually we're hormone-free chicken. We don't have, we assure that the product is actually hormone-free, which is a very much important health requirement for most of the population nowadays. Add to it that our portion is bigger in a way that every chicken we serve is actually 1.3 kilogram. So if I take just Dubai or UAE market, we offer the biggest chicken, being hormone-free, which is important to mention. That's why the product quality and portion size is very important, which differentiate us from Nando's. So yes, we are on a lower price point than Nando's. We are at a higher quality offering than Nando's, and this differentiates us from them. To echo Saer on what he was explaining on KFC, KFC is considered the fast food, unhealthy, deep fried, oily product. We do not do that. Our oil selection is a clean oil selection when it comes to fried items. Our grilled products are a charcoal grilled product and have a differentiator in the taste. And our menu variety is totally different than what they offer in most brands, being so respectful, both brands, being KFC or Nando's. They are doing a great job, but we have a totally different setup and different positioning when it comes to them. For you, sir, sorry, I just wanted to make this.
Thank you. Yeah, no, this is what I have.
Okay, thanks, Mohammed. Thanks, Saer. We've kind of covered mostly all the questions which I'm seeing, and I don't see any more questions that still needs to be addressed at this point in time. We've kind of answered all questions. So we can have perhaps a last word from each of the panelists before we close.
And just before I think we take the word, this is, as I said, this is a, we have researched over 1 year before we can bring the opportunity to the market. The team has visited India multiple times. They've understood the market. Our teams have visited from Fran Global and Franchiseindia visited Dubai multiple times to make a decision that they want to now look at a market like India, because I feel that India can become for JJ one of the largest markets. But we are in rush, not in rush, which means that the first few partners which we need to take have to be absolutely top class. They have to be top-class operators who can demonstrate all the value which is required to build a brand in India. And so we have to go through a very, very stringent selection process. And that process would mean that we need to filter down before we can select a partner. And a good companies always would spend that time, because you only get one good chance to bring that ability and launch the product in the right way in the market like India. And then there should be no gap in terms of the selection. So if I can invite Venus Burke is the CEO for Franchisor, would be over next week doing some interviews on potential candidates who are interested to take actually the area franchise, because we are first looking at area franchise. And once I think you yourself as an investor that you can take the responsibility for a long-term viewpoint, because area franchise is a 10 plus 10 year kind of a mindset. If you don't think that you're 20 years going to be building a brand, you're building a territory, you're building a
Gaurav, I think your voice is not clear at all.
okay. So
Now it's better.
it's clear.
No, we are still losing you, Gaurav.
Okay, so my saying that was that we are doing this selection process and making sure that we are able to select the right area franchise partner, and the interview process would start for this week and the next week. We are inviting application. Each application would go into a full understanding discussion. You need to also ask a lot of questions before you decide that you are going to be, because the long-term commitment. It's a commitment for next 20 years, 10 plus 10 years to build your territory, build your region. And so if you want to reach out to Venus, if you can put your email ID in the chat box.
Sure.
And talk to you. And a lot of our advisors, consultants would also be there who would talk to you first. And if she and you feel that is right, then probably we'll take it to the management team in Dubai, and then the management team in Dubai would evaluate. And once we are also able to see through that there is an opportunity of meeting of minds, then we will try to do that. As I said, the priority markets very clearly for us are at this stage south of India, because we feel that the opportunity is tremendous there. We're also looking at west, which is Pune and Bombay, and also Delhi and India, while also is a good market. But at this stage, bigger cities, that's the focus is.
Just one thing, I want to thank first all the participants who joined today and our webinar, and first want to thank also Franchiseindia team. Thank you, Gaurav, for everything, and Venus also. I believe it will be a great opportunity for all investors and entrepreneurs to have JJ Chicken in India. It's a simple operation. It's a great investment when it comes to ROI and payback period. It doesn't require a huge investment, so it fits a lot of people who are willing to enter the business. But as you mentioned, Gaurav, we're not in a hurry. We would like to have the proper selection, because we're here into a long-term partnership, not just coming. That's it. So we believe that whoever will be interested and be selected, we are within a long relation for the future, for the benefit of everybody. So thanks again for everything, and looking forward.
Look forward, absolutely, and it was a delight to have you, and a very elaborate presentation, I would say, and very insightful. And we look forward for a long-term partnership like both Franchiseindia and Franchisor, and also look at JJ Chicken as a top brand in India.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Your remarks, Sonia, Veena, you want to do something?
Sure. Thank you so much, Gaurav. Thank you, Saeed, Mohammed, and Emmanuel, Dheeraj, everybody, Sonia, and everybody who has attended. I think I'll echo what Gaurav and Saeed said. We have worked, Fran Global as a team and JJ Chicken as a team, we have worked at least over a year, because from our learning, there have been 4 challenges whenever we bring in an international brand to market, especially in F&B: product fit, financial fit, operations fit, and format fit. With JJ Chicken, we have addressed all these 4 areas, and we look forward, as Gaurav mentioned, reach out to us. Would love to chat and speak soon. Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
So thanks all the friends, participants who have attended this particular webinar. We would like to thank our panel members. We would like to thank the JJ Chicken team for taking our time today and interacting and putting the entire piece in one PPT and presenting to our investor. As mentioned by our team also, you can contact us for later tri-party calls. But before we conclude the call, there is the information. You can connect with Gaurav Sir and Sonia ma'am at their respective LinkedIn IDs. That's the information at your screen. You can also connect with Franchiseindia team through various platforms. You can connect over a call. You can write back to us, or you can follow us on a social LinkedIn ID, social IDs also. We would love to answer all your queries, all the valuable suggestion and feedback welcome by our team, so that we can work on those feedback. So before we conclude, tomorrow, Great Brand Street 24, growing a chain of retail stores, convenience store. Do join us tomorrow. That's the information about the registration, and we would request everyone to do a pre-registration so that you get a confirmation mail from Franchiseindia team, and you can join sharp 12 to understand the journey of this particular brand and what kind of the financial model, business model they're offering in market. So do not miss this chance. Join us tomorrow along with our panel members, Gaurav Sir and Sonia ma'am, to talk about the great brand. Thank you so much for joining us today. Stay safe, stay healthy.
Thank you.